Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Engines of Time, a little mini campaign that we're running here because we're taking a break from the assassination of a particular fascist dictator who we don't really like very much these days, given how everything is going. And before and I would like everyone to kind of say hi to the stream.
Hey, yeah.
Awesome, awesome. So, we're going to get started off right away. For those who are not aware, this is a mini campaign that takes place in the city of Kurama, and it is 50 years before the assassination of Primarch Magli Blackice in the city that will one day be known as Terravest, the floating city. But it is not floating as of yet. It is a time of a lot of unrest. There's a lot of drama going on. And starting off here with us, I would like to start with Dorian.
Oh,
Dorian, you find yourself walking on a desolate path, it seems. To your left and right, there is a forest that seems muted in color, and yet you hear the wind rustling through the leaves. There's a fog that seems to be enveloping around you. And this fog, you'd think, should feel damp, cold, but it's almost as though it doesn't have that moist wetness that a heavy fog should have. Ahead of you, you hear the sound of what seems to be a man weeping, and it echoes throughout this forest. You look to your left, you look to your right, you find that the people you've been traveling with aren't there anymore, and you hear weeping in front of you, a cry for help off in the distance. What do you do?
um, well, first thing I do would probably be to whip around in a circle a few times and start kind of like hissing to hear, hey, hey, and just start kind of shouting, be like, hey, is that you? That doesn't sound like you.
And as you do so, you don't see to hear it all, but you hear your voice echoing back with you. Seemingly, though, the voices as they echo back towards you don't like it. You know it's your words, calling out for to hear and the like, but it doesn't sound like you. It sounds like the
Mm.
voice that's weeping for help.
Oh, that's unsettling.
And
Mm.
upon closer inspection, if you would like to roll a perception or an insight.
Yeah, I'll roll a perception. Oh, what happened there?
Oh, that's a good question. What did happen there? What is happening? Who knows?
Okay, let's see. Yeah. I really do perceive. I'm gonna perceive. I perceive a 9.
You perceive a 9. That is high enough. With the 9, you hear, if it wasn't for the fact that this voice echoing back with your own words and the crying sounds male, like a very heavy baritone male voice, and yet you can hear anguish. Just please.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna head towards them then.
As you walk forward, the fog seems to open up before you, and the road before you seems to bend and turn. And it seems as though your feet are also going along with the road. It seems like that's the way it should be. You feel as though you're walking straight, but you know that your path is winding. As you look forward, you see before you a pedestal made of marble and obsidian. And in this, you see a figure hunched over, presumably on his knees, and yet this figure, it's he seems to be the source of the crying. But as you try looking closer at this individual, you notice that none of the features on his body seem to accept any light. Like whatever is illuminating your surroundings and what's allowing you to see, the ambient light just seems to disappear, almost as if there's just a void of darkness, and this man, presumably, is sobbing.
Hmm. All right, I'm gonna kind of crouch down a little bit and you know, be like, "Hey, bud. Hey, bud. You doing okay there?" And just kind of like tentatively like tap on the pedestal, like he's inside the pedestal. Yeah,
He's on the pedestal, right?
he's on it.
It's not a yeah. He's on the pedestal. He's not inside of it. He's on it. Like you could interact with him like a normal person.
Okay, I'm still gonna tap the pedestal instead of tapping him though.
And you notice he looks at you, or at least you presume he looks at you, because it's almost like he's entirely backlit,
Ah,
and it's very difficult to make out facial features. He just says, "I've lost my love," and he reaches for you
oh,
and he grabs you by the shoulder and just says, "Help me find her." And you wake up. Nia, to here. Are you there with me?
Oh, I was muted, sorry.
Yes, yes. You find yourself walking in a meadow. It is a meadow. As you look beside you and look around to the skies and everything, you find that you are feeling very comfortable, actually. And you notice that there is a figure, a human, walking towards you. And as he's walking towards you, he approaches with a smile on his face. And underneath his hood, you notice that his smile grows wider and wider as he approaches you. He reaches out his hand and says, "My friend, are you enjoying this beautiful meadow?"
I reach my hand out and take his to
Mm-hmm.
shake it fervently. Yeah, it's great. I feel very calm and comfortable. I think I should take a nap.
He says, "Yes, yes. It's peaceful. It is very peaceful. Have you ever felt this peaceful in your life?"
I feel like I have.
Really?
Yeah.
When?
There was this one time I was walking outside and it was really nice out and I laid down to sleep. I was pretty comfortable then too. It's not that hard for me to get comfortable.
I understand. And I truly believe that you might be the first one to understand what it means to be at rest. Look around you. And he kind of gestures to this meadow, and it goes as far as the eye can see, and it is populated with flowers of all kinds. You hear birds singing in the wind and the like, and this breeze just feels so nice. And he just says, "Look off into the distance and imagine no horizon. Wouldn't that be a wonderful thing?"
No horizon.
No horizon, just never ending, all everywhere.
Like flowers everywhere? I feel like I would get tired of that eventually.
And with that, you see him shake his head, and you wake up calmly, not with a startle. And whether or not you see Dorian freaking out as you wake up is entirely up to you. But we will move on to the next individual, and we will move on to Scam. Scam. you find yourself in a labyrinth of gears. Before you and above you and around you, you hear the clinking and clattering and the ticking and the talking of ever turning gears made of bronze. You hear the ticking, 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 and behind you, you hear footsteps coming closer and closer. And in the meantime, I would like you to make a insight check about these footsteps. Or a perception, whichever you would prefer.
Okay. I'm going to do a perception.
Absolutely.
It's a 14.
With the 14, you hear a rasping like
From the footstep direction?
the footsteps behind you, and you can sense that it sounds predatory almost, like a snarling, predatory, like hungering sound as it just sniffs, and the footsteps start getting a little bit faster.
Okay. She turns around and face the footsteps, and she's just like waiting to see what shows up.
And before you, you see. Actually, I want you to roll initiative.
Okay.
All right. Please roll initiative, please.
God, I didn't put her initiative or points in. Oh no, it's already in there because Dex. Ha ha ha.
Indeed.
That's a 22.
Oh, nice. Nice. Very good.
Robes are fun.
They are very, very fun. Now, let me roll the initiative here for you. Just 1 second, please. And before you, you see this clockwork bronze monstrosity before you. Every limb on it seems to be like formed with gears and like hydraulics, it seems, but it seems like it just wavers a little bit too fluidly for what should be machinery. And as it crawls before you, you see these giant tendrils of metal and this gaping maw, and what's you thought was like the slobbering sound, instead it exhales steam. And well, what do you do? It seems to be approaching you as it does so.
She says, "Oh, hi. Hey, do you live here? Like, is this your home?"
And it just sort of like clinks and clatters. and then it attacks. It doesn't seem to be listening to you quite so much. And I would like to know whether or not does a 14 hit you?
It's 15.
15. Yes. So you see this tendril, this solid steel tendril slam towards you, and nimbly you manage to get out of the way, and it starts preparing to try and attack you more and more. And you hear in the back of your head ticking noises. Tick, 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 tick. And this thing seems to be very aggressively hostile towards you, and looking upon it, I don't think that it seems to be exhibiting any sort of response to your verbal cues. And in the back of your head, almost like towards like as if like someone was whispering behind you, it says, "It's dangerous."
Yeah, I'm getting that. And she draws she draws her bow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a short bow.
Okay.
Let's see. Doop. Does a 17 hit?
Does a 17 hit? Yes, it does hit. Please roll damage.
Okay, no, I put something in wrong. It does more than 2 damage, I think.
Okay, well,
Hold
yeah, that
up,
doesn't seem
because
right.
it just said 2 piercing. Like
That doesn't seem right.
I did that wrong. Oh, because I didn't actually type in 1d6 plus.
You can just roll 1d6 plus 2. That's fine, or plus whatever your modifier is.
Okay. Boop. So that's there for the future. And oh, nice. So it would have been 8.
Nice. So it does 8 damage, and as you see your arrow like lodge itself into one of the gears, it pauses for just a brief moment, stalling, and you hear the voice that seems to be right behind you. Good. Get away from it. Get away from it now.
Oh, okay. And she
And,
she runs.
and before you, it says, "Are you the one?"
I'm not really sure how to answer that. Actually, is the thing like I don't know, like the one what?
And it giggles a little bit, kind of snickers at you.
She smiles just reflexively, like, oh, we're laughing now.
Oh, we're laughing, but that thing behind you, you're definitely gonna want to run. Follow me. And you see a yellow butterfly flutter in front of you and kind of trail a little bit of light before you as this giant monstrosity of tendrils and gears starts to clatter and start moving again. Like,
oh, okay, I'll follow you, but like you're a butterfly, so you're gonna need to like hurry it up. Let's go. I feel like it can outrun you. Let's go.
oh, absolutely. Let's go. We're going. We're running. And I would like you to make either an acrobatics or an athletics check.
That's 20 acrobatics.
Oh boy, 20 acrobatics.
These are going to be my best rolls all night.
Oh, no, that's looking phenomenal. It's looking fly as heck. So as you're skipping along, you're noticing in front of you this machinery. It's like you're in a giant clock and everything. All these gears are moving and you're hopping, skipping along, and the butterfly is just flying, fluttering a little bit right in front of you. And before you see a bright door, and it says, "Go, go."
Okay.
I'll
Thank
buy
you.
us some time. And as it does, and as I'm assuming you're going through the door.
Yeah. Thank you.
You open the door, and you hear a sound behind you. You hear giggling, and thread seems to fly in from all around, and just holding this giant clockwork monstrosity behind. And he says, "We'll be seeing you soon." And you wake up. Marcus.
Got to stop drinking that tea before bed. Ugh.
Isolde, you find yourself in a castle of sorts. It's very dark, actually. There almost seems to be very little light. But before you see a figure shining very brightly off in the distance. The floor beneath you seems to be made of marble as well, and as you take a step, you hear your own footsteps echoing, and likewise, this individual, seems to be weeping and sobbing.
I'll make 4 orbs of light appear over my head and have them set to spin around me.
Absolutely. And what color? Out of curiosity, like the orbs of light, what color are they? Do they have a specific color, or is it just white?
Yeah, they're like an aquamarine color.
All right, beautiful, perfect. So as you send your light around, spiraling above you, and around you, the darkness immediately dissipates, and you find yourself in what seems to be a vast castle. Like there are huge square pillars going up far beyond what your light source seems, as though like the ceiling is out of reach of your light. And around you, you see these giant pillars, maybe at least 60 feet apart, each pillar maybe 20 feet by 20 feet, going up extensively, carved with intricate runes and the like, and sigils and symbols all around you. It seems oddly uniform, and yet the only other source of light is in front of you, actually, where the sobbing seems to be coming from.
The weeping figure is the source of light.
Yes, it's all they're off like pretty far enough away that you can't really discern any details, other than the fact that this seems to be a figure, some sort of a humanoid figure, maybe that's emitting a lot of light. But as of where you are right now, you wouldn't be able to make any further details until you get a bit closer.
I will get closer, tepidly, very like slowly and cautiously.
Absolutely. As you get move slower and cautiously, are you trying to be unseen, or are you trying to be like are you just trying to not like startle someone?
Yeah, I won't try to like be out of sight of the figure. I will just get closer, but like slow enough that I won't startle them. Yeah.
All right then. So as you get closer and closer, you notice, the sobbing sounds strangely melodic, really.
Mm.
It almost seems like it's a singing choir of voices almost, but it just just from the musical quality of it that it just feels tragic, and maybe a part of you might resonate with that, or maybe you don't care about music. Your character can feel however she feels about it. But as she gets closer, she is old. You notice that the figure in front of you seems to have a more delicate frame, but it's very difficult to make out the features of this individual, primarily because of the fact that where there should be facial features or whatnot, it just looks like a bright, shining, golden white light, as if like the entire being is just lit. And you hear sobbing, and they say something along the lines of, "It wasn't supposed to be like this. It wasn't supposed to be like this."
Isolde will say, "What is wrong? What happened?"
Says, and it says, "Who are you?"
I am Isolde.
Isolde. No, 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 no. No one should be here right now. No one except. Oh no. And this person seems to shrink away from you a bit and says, "What are you doing here?"
I'm not certain. I don't know how I got here.
And says, "No. Oh, I see." And I would like you to roll a perception check.
Okay.
All right.
Perception.
17 perception. You notice on your hand seems to be the star sign that your character was born to, glowing bright. And I would also like you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh god. Here we go. 12.
12. It is enough. It is enough.
Okay.
Because as this light seems to be burning in your hand, it's almost as if what's supposed to be each star is just like a searing needle was jabbed into those spots, and it's just taking a lot. It's enough for you to kind of wince a bit, but you're not like overwhelmed by this pain.
Yeah.
And she just says, and this figure of light, she says in a very feminine voice, "I am sorry for what is about to happen to you and your friends. Forgive me. It wasn't supposed to be like this. And you wake up. Where is now, as everyone has woken up from a strange, odd dream, you guys find yourself about a few miles away from the city of Kurama, which your party has been heading. It is in Kurama where many adventurers seem to be gathering these days. It's been a long journey from, whatever adventures you guys have had in the past. It is about dawn now, and Isolde, you notice that your hand still stings, but if you look carefully, those markings are still glowing a very faint pinpoint of light on each star.
Oh.
What do you guys do? How do you guys feel? Had a great night's sleep. Great dreams.
Man, who made dinner last night?
I don't know, but I have
Oh wait,
objections.
it was me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, just because the deer is fresh doesn't mean it was like a good deer. Like, like maybe it was like a weird deer. No.
So,
Tahir, did you want to retroactively make a roll to see how good this deer was prepared?
Yeah, I would love to do that.
Absolutely. Let's see how phenomenal this deer was.
Okay, what should I roll?
What proficiencies do you have? Do you have like a proficiency with cooking utensils or survival?
I just have a pouch, a spice pouch. I don't have any tools.
All right. So, let me take a look at what we have here for you. So, no tools. So, let's see. Well, you do have a dagger, and
I have a tinderbox.
you have a tinderbox.
A torch.
And I would like you to roll. Well, I'd like you to roll a survival check.
Okay.
And because you have the spice pouch, I will let you roll with advantage.
Amazing. Okay.
So that is a 21 survival. So you're pretty sure that like this was actually not food poisoning. There's no reason to think it was food poisoning. The deer smelled okay. It was pretty fresh. But it probably tasted pretty good. To your taste, anyways.
It's definitely not my fault, because I cooked the deer very good. Just so good.
Well, no, but like, what if it was like a weird deer? Like, it ate like weird mushrooms? Like, I don't know.
That would
Like,
just make it taste better. I think it was fine. Everyone seems a bit uncomfortable.
well,
I had a weird dream.
was yours about like mine was like about this dude that was on a pedestal, which I don't really know what that means. Like maybe I put people on pedestals and like that's my brain telling me not to like idolize people. I don't know.
I tell you that all the time.
Yeah, but he was just like crying a ton, and he was like a void dude, and yeah. So I just mentioned the dream, but in a very disjointed way, in that way that you do when you're describing a dream.
I had a dream that this guy told me to relax and it'd be cool if there were like flowers everywhere, but I thought that wouldn't be cool because I have pollen allergies, so I wasn't okay with that.
Yeah, no, that was rude of him.
That's what I'm saying.
I too have pollen allergies in real life.
Same.
What about you two?
I saw a luminous ghost. It said sorry.
Oh, what'd it do?
Cried.
Why was it sorry?
Oh, it said sorry for what is about to happen to you and your friends.
Oh.
Isolde is looking at her claw the entire time that she's saying this. At the like little points of light. And then we'll hold it up to show the points.
Was that like that before?
Yeah, oh my gosh, who did that? I didn't even notice.
Ghost. I think Ghost did it.
Oh, dang.
Like, do you know if they take appointments or?
Isolde will look at Scam with like the deepest look of confusion.
Should we be worried that something's about to happen? It'll be fine, right?
Well,
Like,
either
I don't
some
even know. I just had like the most random dream. Like it was just so random. Like there was like a butterfly and there was like a door and like I don't even know. There was like a hallway and there was like a giant like clockwork monster of infinite doom and like hunger and chaos and I don't know. Like it was just so random. Like this random monster. So random.
I feel a lot better about my dream now, actually.
Yeah. I mean, mine was a little, you know, psychological, but at least there wasn't a giant eldritch monster creature thing. Do you think that's what's after us then? Or are we going to find people on pedestals in a forest or in a field with a hallway and a door?
Oh, sweetie, like, you know, like your dreams don't really come true, right? Like it's just dreams.
Oh, you don't have to say it like that. Don't listen.
Thanks.
So, Scam, as you say that, you like across your field of vision, you see a butterfly, and you hear like the same giggle in your dream, just like fly like across your field of vision, and just like that.
Ugh. She's like taking off her face mask and folding it up and like putting on moisturizer.
Moisturizer feels pretty good, I think.
Yeah.
Would you like to make a roll to see how well you apply this moisturizer?
No, it's not like it's like contouring or anything. Like it just goes on straight. Like it's not a big deal.
Perfect. Amazing. As you guys are going towards civilization for the first time in however long it takes between, you know, the gallivanting that you guys do between things and the other, you come across the gates of the city of Kurama. And the gates, the walls are before you, very, very tall, made of ponderous gray stone, and the gates seem to be shut, and there are a number of guards, human guards it seems, holding their pikes at the ready, and says, "Halt! What business do you have here in Kurama?"
Have we like discussed this beforehand? Like if we've been traveling together for a while and we meet with armed opposition, like do we want to decide what our usual play is?
Well, it's just what you can tell is that these are guards that just are usually just there to kind of be like, hey, you know, we're just making sure that no one sketchy's coming in or whatnot. Like the gates seem to be a bit closed. If you want to roll a history check and see like why they might be like that, you may do so.
Yeah, that's a natural one. I was honestly more interested in like, are we gonna lie to these fools? Like, is that what we usually do, or do we just like tell the truth and end up in jail a lot?
I mean, I usually tell the truth, so you'll have to stop me.
Well, with the one in history, you think that maybe these guys are hungover. You know, like they're just really hungover, really grumpy, have to go to work, and they're like, man, now these guys are coming up to the city. And now they're
that's
just
really
asking
understandable.
to come inside, and you
Like
know,
I could
it just seems-
never do a job like that. Like
the-
I've got appointments.
yeah, and it seems like this person, like you know, the city with the history role that you have, the city, mad partying culture, super rowdy, and just like anyone who doesn't party is considered to be uncool at all. And clearly that is why this guy is grumpy, because he's not partying at the moment at
Well, yeah, but
you
that's just
know,
like
dawn.
everywhere. So like, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, no, totally. Absolutely. Just like that. Anyone else gonna talk to the guards?
I'm gonna look at the group and ask, hey, why are we here again?
I think we had like a didn't we have a job lined up where we were gonna get a job?
Yes.
Well, I mean, I need to find somebody to like deliver some letters back home. I
That would
have
be a
like,
reason.
by the way, like a giant pile of letters I've been writing every week.
Yeah, it'd be very hard to find a mail service that would be able to take that huge stack of stuff. And this
Unless
is
you
like,
happen to have homebrewed one.
unless maybe.
I turn to the guards and say, "Oh, me and my very cute friends here are just here to maybe get a job and restock and, chill hang."
To chill hang.
Yeah.
He says, very well. I will want to let you know that be careful not to be out late at night these days. It's been a bit rowdy here, as it has been in any other place, like any other city these days, but just make sure not to cause too much trouble. Got it?
No, not at all. Like I said, we're here to chill hang. We're very, very, very chill people.
Yeah,
Yes,
no
don't let that use,
violence.
like really bad for your skin. Like it's really
Yeah,
important.
exactly. Wait, why is it rowdy here and in other cities? We've been too busy going to bed early to know.
Well, if you'd like to roll a history check, you may very well do so.
Right, I'm very smart.
It's because of all the parties.
It's all the parties, scam. Like, this is like your town.
Like
This
we
is-
might I really like that tattoo that Isolde had. Like I might look for somebody here who can do that because I feel like there's probably a lot of really
Oh
good
yeah,
artists.
dude, it shines like a diamond.
Oh my gosh.
I got a nice one.
Oh my
Ooh.
god.
It's
Very
party town, guys.
so clearly, so to hear you're thinking about it, it's like, well, why? Like, if it's a party town, it wouldn't be super. I mean, yeah, it'd be rowdy. Like, it wouldn't be rowdy because of the parties. Really, the real reason why it's been super rowdy, the absolute reason why it's super rowdy is because there's just like food stands all over the place, and it's just like there's like food everywhere, free food everywhere, and man, people are going ham for those cooked hams that they have samples of, and like causes riots. Obviously it's because of smoked ham that everyone in the city is going crazy at night. Couldn't be any other explanation at all whatsoever.
Ah, of course.
Well, and when the bars let out, that they would do like really good business.
Yeah, naturally. Makes sense.
Just it has to be ham. Not the booze. Like, no one's getting drunk. It's just ham.
Oh, no, it's the ham, Scamron.
Scam, and
It's
you're
the ham man.
positive that it's just the booze.
Well, I guess we'll have to look out our windows at 3 a.m. When we wake up from going to bed early, and we'll have to see what everybody's doing when they get out of the club, if they're like eating ham or something.
Would anyone else also like to make a roll for history, or are we just gonna go into party town?
I mean, I might want to know. I'll see.
All right,
I got a
Save us all.
13.
got a 13. That is high enough to know the general gist of what's going on. It's not because of booze, to your knowledge. It's
God, it was the ham.
and it wasn't actually ham either. Like, kosher is not the issue here. With the 13 roll, and this is just basic knowledge of current events, really.
Yeah.
You really needed just 5, honestly.
That's asking too much of us.
It is asking a lot. I understand. You have my sympathies, but what you know, just current event wise, just there's been a lot of civil unrest lately. This is, in the grand scheme of things, a time when the empire had fallen, and there's a lot of people vying for power. A lot of folks are trying to reunify this, that, or the other. They're trying to make their own movement, trying to make a name for themselves. Everyone's trying to become the next ruler or mayor or whatever else, and a lot of people are just trying to vie for power, and with all that unrest, just a lot of people aren't necessarily like a lot of things that should be taken care of, like the mail hasn't really been going through, or a lot of things like like the town guards aren't really being able to do things because they're getting all these conflicting orders from people who are trying to get more power. A lot of folks, especially in like other cities as well, and this is city, it happens less often than other places, but a lot of just riots have been happening, and a lot of just unrest, people venting out a lot of things just because there hasn't been any social order for a good long time. And it seems as though like some folks in the area are saying like, oh no, it's like the end of times, the world's gone completely nuts and all that stuff. So basically, yeah, it's just there's just no real, it's like it's almost like on the verge of anarchy is what's going on throughout most of the Shimmering Seas at this point in time. It's
Okay.
although that could be because of ham, it could be because of booze, that might have a part of it, but you realize that there's a actual social reason behind it too.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna lean in and whisper and be like, it's kind of like what Mom said, like a total breakdown of infrastructure.
Oh, so ham.
Yeah, yeah.
Gotcha.
Like if people weren't getting enough ham.
Yeah, or like, you tell the kids to look out for the other kids, and then it just becomes Lord of the Flies.
Scam heard total breakdown of infrastructure, and if you looked closely, you might see a little gold glint in her eyes, like materialize there for a brief moment before vanishing.
And so as you guys are discussing this, the guards just kind of give you a look, and like after it kind of makes it clear, it's clear to them that you're not gonna like punch, like attack them, or like seemingly like commit arson, at least in front of them in their faces. They sort of seem to kind of ignore you a little bit, but as of this moment, it just seems as though they're letting you pass. One of them's kind of giving you a little bit of a weird look, like, why are you talking about ham so much? That is really weird. But
Wow.
all right, whatever floats these guys' boats. Adventurers are weird types. What can I say? Meanwhile, Marcus, I would like you to make another perception roll.
Sure.
Ooh.
Oh, but 9.
With a 9 perception, you notice that there is that you hear a sound of what seems to be a person in a barrel.
Just sitting in it, or like trying to get out.
Like you hear just a lot of.
Can I source the direction, the location?
Yeah, it seems to be like maybe like down a block and maybe to the right, like in a weird alley or something. It seems to be like behind one of like the bars and stuff in the area.
Okay. Isolde will say, "I hear person in barrel," and run off and try to find it.
I don't know what that means.
I
See,
don't know either. We gotta
It is
follow.
Party Town, guys.
Yeah, we need to follow her.
So Isolde, you round the corner and you see what seems to be a pair of legs sticking up vertically outside of a barrel, a very large barrel, seeming to hold a very large, rotund, short person, and you just see the legs kind of kicking around.
She will walk up to it, and say, "You are stuck in barrel. I will help you out," and then yank him out. Probably not yank him, but help him out.
He seems the character seems a bit stuck, and as you notice, you kind of grabbing the leg. There's a very rotund belly in the barrel, and it's kind of making things a little bit tricky. So you're kind of helping, and it's like, and it's just the person seems stuck, and the kicking gets a little bit more furious as you're trying to help this individual out.
I was gonna see if I had a spell for that. I don't. I was gonna see if I had reduce or increase, and I have neither. I'm not very strong, but could I try to could I just try to keep yanking them out? Yanking them
Yeah,
out?
absolutely.
Sure.
I would say if someone else would like to help you out, I think that would be perfectly fine.
I can cast guidance on you.
Sure.
That's a D4 on.
Yeah,
Okay.
D4
Yes, plus
to
one
ability
d4.
checks.
Would that be athletics?
Yes, that would be athletics. That would be fine.
Cool. I got a -1 to that. So that's a 3. Should I
Oh
bother
my
with the D4?
All right. So, did you add a d4 as well to that?
I can, yeah.
Please do.
so,
Please do.
3.
3.
So
So with
six.
the 6 athletics, you see you're tugging on this pair of legs attached to this rotund bellied individual whose face is stuck and like just whole upper half of the torso up in a barrel. The barrel plops over and then starts rolling down the alley.
Oh.
And then the kicking starts happening. Dum, 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 dum.
I mean, I could set the barrel on fire and maybe it'll break.
No, please don't do that.
Okay.
Are they like rolling towards traffic or anything, or like
It seems to be rolling down the alley, and
how
if you let it,
quickly?
not super fast, but it could roll out into the street where there are horse-drawn carriages and the like. So it could maybe in a little bit. It's
Stop
very, like,
kicking it. You're moving yourself.
Ah!
Stop kicking. Oh my gosh. It's like they want to be trampled by horses.
Isolde will cast Expeditious Retreat on herself, and then
Mhm.
try to run up past the barrel in front of it, and then try to stop it with her body, I guess.
Absolutely. So you're able to stop the barrel. It takes a little bit of effort, and the guy's like,
No, that's too much effort.
and it's more flailing of the legs.
You are
Short,
still
stubby
stuck
legs.
in barrel. I cannot get you out. We will wait for help.
I mean, I can give it a try. I might be enough.
Sure, go for it.
Okay, it'd be athletics.
Mhm.
All right, let's see what I got. Oh, 14.
Oh, nice. So, as it seems as though like the barrel has stopped, the legs, legs are kicking a bit. You yank these short, stubby legs, and boom, and you see a very, 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 very rotund halfling covered from head to belt. Well, you assume there's a belt because the belly is kind of going over the belt. He's a very wide halfling. And he's covered in fish. And he just goes, "Oh my goodness, I was stuck in a barrel of fish. Thank goodness it would have been a catastrophe. Oh, thank you.
No
Thank
problem.
you.
bud.
What are your names? Well, I must know. I must pay you back, because oh my god, the smell was going to destroy my nose. Have you ever had fish in your nose? For like
Yeah.
it felt
Yes.
like an
Oh yeah.
eternity. Just up the nose. I couldn't deal with it. Well, I did, but you saved me from that.
Yeah. Well, no big. Glad you're safe.
Oh,
You
I'm
don't
glad I'm
need
safe
to.
too.
You don't need to repay me though. I'm good.
No, but you saved me from a fate of fish.
I mean, I like fish. We're good.
Well,
I'm
I
good.
like fish too, but I didn't like the fish that much. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, where are all my manners? And he just like starts brushing these like pieces of fish off. He's like, oh, 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 I am so sorry. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't think I have
got a little bit
anything
of a
for that.
jam. No, I don't either, but I I and he kind of smiles a little bit and says, "Well, I can would you like me to treat you to food? I can offer you something. I have to do. I owe you a debt. This is utterly humiliating.
Well, I look over at the others and I'm like, do we need like we don't know where we're gonna be tonight, or we could. I mean, what do you guys want? He's like, oh no, I don't want to be on the spot here.
He smells very strongly of fish.
Yeah. He's just like casually backing up, like, oh yeah, that's cool, man. That's really, yeah, no, that's great. That's really nice. You know, I bet. Here, what do we want?
I feel like you shouldn't ask me because he said food, and that's all I'm thinking about now.
Yeah. Scammering?
I mean, I don't know. Like, the smell is kind of like, it's kind of like throwing me off. Like, it's kind of like, it's not a good vibe. Like, I don't know. Like,
Just plug your nose. You'll be fine.
if only it were that easy, though.
I'm gonna just wordly look at Isolde.
Isolde is picking up the bits of fish that fell off him off the ground.
Yeah, does the fish still look good?
Is it still good?
Guys, remember the deer, though?
The deer was good.
Isolde.
You can check if you want to check to see if the fish is good. That's fine, man. You do you.
Would that be survival?
Or yeah, sure. Or medicine if you want to see if it's like rancid or not. Up to you.
Okay. I'll do medicine.
All right, do medicine. What do you got for
3.
medicine?
It's a whopping
3. Clearly you ask yourself, well, with the 3 medicine, you're like, man, like this halfling was stuck in it for goodness knows how long. I'm sure it's fine.
So Isolde will be taking the heads and putting them in her satchel, and the bodies she'll be like eating off the ground.
We're the smartest kids on the block, you guys.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And the fish tastes pretty good. Like, it's not bad fish. Not bad fish at all.
Well, if you want to repay us, maybe point us to a good place where we can, like, asleep, because we're new here. I don't think, have we been to the city before?
You might have passed through like a couple of times here and there, but my guess is that given how much like things can change in the like between like your outings away from civilization and stuff, doing your adventure-y things, the last time you probably would have been here would have been maybe at least a few months, maybe even a couple of years. So enough probably could have changed that things might not be around anymore. Various shops might have gotten looted and burned down and arson and stuff. Who knows? So enough could have conceivably changed that, getting your bearings again might not be a bad idea.
Yeah, like if you know of a good place that we can, that we can set up for the night, that might be good. And of course, food is nice. Because I realized that my brother's just kind of standing there daydreaming about it.
He says, oh, well, I do know that there are some places nearby. I can take you there. I know the proprietor of the tavern in question. They have very nice beds. They have baths even these days, which is not very common. I can introduce you. Maybe I can see if I can get you a discount.
Sure.
Yes.
Thanks. Thank you. That's very nice of you.
Oh, it's so wonderful. Oh, what all my manners. Oh, my name is Samo, and he brings his hand out, holds his hand out, and just kind of shaking it kind of excitedly. I like meeting people. You guys are so nice. You helped me out from a barrel of fish.
I do the hand slap. Hey, I'm Dorian. This look around at everybody else. So no, not like.
Oh, sorry. I was thinking about food. My name's Tahir.
Dorian, Tahir, this is my pleasure to meet you. I am so happy that you felt save me from a barrel of fish. And this lovely lady here, your name?
You're so sweet. I'm Scam. It's so nice to meet you. She's like got her hands like tucked like around behind and like playing with her hair. She's like making very obvious she's not gonna shake hands.
And he's like, "Oh, that's understandable. I smell like fish. And
Well, this
you
way.
must be
I am called Isold.
Isolde. Well, I very much appreciate everything that you've done. I'm glad someone heard me at all. Didn't quite appreciate the rolling down the alleyway, but life takes you for a ride. Haha. And he goes, "Oh, let me take you to a place I know. It's called the Tankard and Ale. It's a bit of a dull name, I know, but it's a big new hotspot these days. Just, we can get a booth. I can treat you to something nice. Let's go, unless there's something else that you need. I can guide you around for the next little bit, if that's all right with you."
And there it is. Can I do an insight check?
Absolutely.
It's taking a minute and a half. 11.
I see an 11. And what are you trying to insight exactly?
Like, this is the kind of thing she would do. Like, oh, somebody just walked into town and we have a meet cute. Only she would do it with a lot less fish because you. And she's like, okay, she's suspicious that he's trying to like take them for a ride and like overcharge them for like food and inn stuff, or he's trying to like take them on a tour that's gonna like lead them down a dark alley and they're gonna get their pockets picked, just like normal stuff for her.
Yeah, normal stuff, Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Like a scam, perhaps.
What?
Scam likely.
Hey. With an 11, you can tell that the guy, this Samo seems particularly jolly, eerily jolly.
If
but
that is his name.
If that is his name, you never know. Who knows anything these days anymore? But you can tell that while his jolliness seems a little bit unnatural, you can't really you don't really think, nothing comes to you that this is like, oh, this is like a scheme where he leads you to a dark alley, or it's like a tavern doesn't seem like the right place to set up an ambush where you get pickpocketed by thugs or whatnot. So like, nothing seems to ring in your head as off, except for how jolly this guy seems and how grateful he seems about the barrel of fish. Like, he seems really, really thankful.
Yeah, but he probably crawled in there according to her usually fishless tactics.
Maybe.
So, but you said eerie, so like, am I getting
it's like it's kind of like an over like
in some
it's
undefinable way? It may not be 100% organic, free range happiness.
I guess the best way to put it would be like, if you bought someone like a Hershey's bar, the ordinary response would be like, oh, thanks, I appreciate the chocolate. Like, thanks for buying me a candy bar. That's nice of you. But it's like the response is kind of like an overreaction. It's like, oh my god, this is a life-changing experience, right? Like, ordinarily a person might be like, hey, thanks for getting me out of that really embarrassing
and the
situation.
timing and the offering to do so much for us, but okay. She's like, it's whatever you guys want to do. And she's like, gonna keep an eye on him because she probably would have done that no matter what.
Oh yes, the Tankard and Ale, very, very nice place. I do know the proprietor there. Very good food. The other place I would have recommended to you, the good old Mug House. That Mug House burned down. A lot of fire happening these days, and it was really a pity because I really like the roast turkey. But unfortunately, this will be the next best place. Just come follow me. Please. And he just kind of bounds down the alleyway. Just be like, come. And you just kind of see his belly sort of jiggle as he kind of skips down the alleyway.
Scam leans over to Isolde. She's like, yeah, I bet a lot of turkeys got roasted when he burned the place down for the insurance company.
He's sold again.
Insurance fraud.
Yeah.
Again, normal stuff.
I get the feeling that Isolde is confused by stuff Scammon says a lot. Just because it's not like Isolde would have intuit that.
Scammon does not comprehend her lack of understanding. She thinks that they are tight confidants and they're definitely on each other's wavelengths.
I don't think Isolde would contradict that at all either, though. Yeah.
So, do you guys follow Mr. Samo, or are you guys gonna like, nah, it's a little
Absolutely.
sketchy? Absolutely.
Like,
All
we
right.
can-
Under pressure.
And ditch
Yes.
him if we need to, just like let me know and I'll make it happen. But just like we can ditch him if we need to.
Oh, but why would he? Why would we? He seems so nice.
Yeah, he seems really nice. He seems like really, really nice. Like really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
Exactly.
nothing wrong with that.
He has fish beats stuck on back. And Isolde will follow
Yeah.
him and like take them off.
There we go.
Fish is good. Fish is very, very good.
Yeah.
And
Isolde loves fish.
And as you guys follow Samo and you're crossing these bustling streets, it's about midday at this point, and some other of the denizens in the street, they see this really round and rotund halfling man kind of almost like hop skipping down the street. And as ordinary people would do when they see a fat short man covered in fish hopping happily down the street, they give him the look, and they just kind of like walk out of his way, and he doesn't seem to pay them any mind.
This is even worse. Now he's removing everyone's pockets from my range.
Oh, I'm sorry, man.
Terrible.
It's okay. You'll get your turn to do those things.
And then he goes up to one of the doors, kind of knocks and says, "Come, come."
Well, here we go.
Okay.
And as I'm assuming you walk in, or do you just like, nope, too sketchy?
I mean, does it look
I-
like an inn?
I'm in.
I mean, there's a
Okay.
sign that says the Tankard and Ale. It is
Yeah,
a wooden
man.
sign. There
How
are
nude is the
others
sign
walking
look?
in and out. Huh?
How new does the sign look? Is it good quality? Does it look like something made out of cardboard or something?
It looks it looks like it's been there maybe a few years. The sign is made of oak of some sort, or some sort of like heavy wood. It hasn't, like, you can tell that this is probably not a super long time established place, probably because the fact that the windows seem like they haven't been broken in, and the sign seems new enough, but it's not like it's a cardboard thing where like someone's being creepy about it, as far as you could tell for now.
Definitely an inn.
Totally
Well-
an in.
Well,
But
if
you did
someone else
see-
is going in, I'll do it.
Yeah, like you do actually see like other people like walking in and out and stuff, and it seems like it's a business. It's not like some sketchy like hole, like sink in the wall where like rats are festering all over. Like, it's off the main street.
Looks
Yeah,
good
I'll
to
do-
me.
All right.
So as you walk in, you see Samo kind of bounding his way towards the bar, and he's talking to like the stern dwarven man with a big bushy beard, and the dwarf is wearing an old apron, and it seems to be like muttering something to Samo, and Samo's just kind of and then just kind of points to you guys, points to like, and what runs over to you guys like, so I got ourselves a table right over there. I will be with you in just a minute. Was there anything that you would like to order? It will be on me.
Oh, yes, there is. Just everything. That's
Everything.
everything that they
Everything?
have. Everything that's good. Yes.
Everything.
Everything.
Anything.
Everything.
Everything.
Okay. I can do that. Yeah, absolutely. Just one
I
second.
would
you
love a
gotta-
tea, just like a tea, but like with no sweetener. And if I could get like half of a half salad, like like half of a little
Do you
salad.
want every half salad?
No, just like a half of a half salad, And if I could get the dressing like on the side.
Do you want half the dressing?
Yes.
All right, okay. And he just kind of like puts a little notebook, like, okay, half of everything,
Oh,
half
Jesus.
salad, everything, exclamation points. He's writing down, exclamation point, everything, circle, circle, circle. What about you, Dorian? What would you like?
I know he's not gonna let me eat anything off of his plate.
No, never, not in a million years.
And okay, I'll get like, I don't know if potatoes have been invented in this.
Wait, what?
I dare you to
We're
order
50
something
years.
normal.
We're 50 years early for potatoes.
50 years early for the potatoes, like cuisine, but
Yes.
maybe this is where
Potatoes
it
just haven't blown
starts.
up yet.
No, they haven't.
Maybe-
I'll have the
maybe.
spiciest thing on the menu.
The spiciest
Oh.
thing. Okay, spiciest thing. Are you sure?
Like, well, what is the spiciest thing on the menu?
And he just goes, it's on the secret menu they have here for certain regulars. It's called the Dragon Tail Gut Punch.
Heck yeah! Heck yeah! That's what I'm getting.
Like,
I mean, he'll be having half of it anyways, so yeah.
Yes, I will.
it
Yeah, I'm up
includes
for it.
It includes an actual punch to the gut.
Like, they'll come over and punch me?
Yes.
Oh,
I've changed my
man,
mind. I think this is like a really cute restaurant, you guys.
That's so cool. Yeah. Yeah, okay.
Are you sure?
Like,
about
just,
that?
don't make it like a really bad punch or anything. Like, I still gotta eat afterwards. But yeah, that sounds really neat. Nobody's ever punched me at a dining establishment before. I mean, well,
Oh,
okay, that's a
really?
lie. But you know what I mean,
Oh.
like, for food.
And you see just Samo's face just goes to life. I'm like, yeah. And like, okay,
Like, do you know the owners here? Like, do you know?
Like, can you give me
Yeah.
half a punch? Like, make it
no,
light?
it has to be at least no, it's not a light
Get the
punch
punch
at
on the
all.
side. Get the punch on the side.
Oh, okay, punch on the side. Got it. Which side? Left or
Ah.
right? Like your
Um,
left or my left? Your right, my right?
Dorian?
just let me flex my abs first, and I'm good.
Okay.
I don't have abs. He does not have abs.
Okay.
They don't exist.
Okay.
What abs?
Of course. And it says like, okay, and just the one punch, or do you want to go for the triple threat?
Just one. I think I'm good
Just
with
the
one.
Okay. Oh, okay. But you want it spicy, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And Zol, what would you like?
I will have what Tahir has. And Scammon. I will have.
Oh, I'm sorry.
ah,
Sorry, what was that?
I will have what Tahir has and Scammon. I will have quarter salad too.
And
You don't-
everything.
You don't want some of Dorian's? Because it sounded really good.
Actually, I want 2 quarter salad.
2 quarter salad. Okay. So, one half salad and a half a salad with a half dressing and a 2
On the
quarter
side.
salad
On
the side.
Yes.
Oh my
no
goodness.
croutons. No croutons.
Oh no,
Oh
why?
dear. Okay.
Why wouldn't you have croutons?
Do you want to add the croutons on the side with the
No,
everything?
just like I just don't need any croutons.
Okay. Interesting bunch. I'll be right back with your food. And you hear him kind of like, take the order, give it to the bartender, talk a little bit about that, and you see this dwarven man with this big bushy beard and just goes, just like, you hear him talking, just nodding, and you hear words spicy and punch, and the dwarven man goes, just tilts his head to the side, just goes,
Do you think the menu's secret to the owner too?
Maybe. Like
I think
he
this
might-
place is really
You think
shady,
he
and that
just
should
wants to
keep him
punch
busy
you?
for a while. We
And-
should get out of here now.
And you see, like after a while, the bartender kind of walks up to your table and to you, Dorian. He's like, "Did I hear that correctly? That you wanted the dragon tail gut punch?"
Yeah,
This one right here.
yeah, that was me.
Are you sure about that?
I mean, just make sure that I can still eat it after the punch happens. But yeah,
Well, the punch happens after you eat.
but then I would throw it up, and that wouldn't be fun.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking if you're sure about that.
Can I have it without the punch?
No.
Can I
Hmm.
have the second spiciest thing on your menu?
All right. Oh,
But Dorian, that's your favorite.
Sure, Dorian.
Look, food is meant to be like, experience. Well, yeah, I guess that is experiencing the food,
Mhm.
but
It's an
like,
experience.
but if I were to throw up your food to here, I know you would be upset.
Oh, I'll eat everything before you have a chance to throw up.
See, don't even worry. You won't even get any food. You'll just get punched.
I don't know how I feel about this anymore. Yeah, I'm gonna have the second spiciest thing. You know what?
Okay.
No, I do not back down. I'm
Cameron.
not gonna back down. I'm gonna do it.
All right then. It's your gut.
It
Also, peer
was.
pressure.
All right. Good. I just wanted to make sure. Sometimes people order it without realizing the punch is obligatory, and then they have an unhappy time. And I just wanted to make sure you knew what you were getting yourself
Oh,
into.
You guys got sued before, is that it?
Sue is one word that you could use. Others might
No.
say that there were some dubious complaints that involve some town guards. And some of the town guards thought it was ridiculous. We might. I'll have to ask you to sign a waiver.
Sure, yeah, all
Oh.
right.
All
Never-
right. All
Never
right.
sucker punch a town guard. They're crazy berserker nuts.
Oh yeah, no, totally. Like, we're honestly just serving an honest business here, and then the town guards come in, and they're like, "Why are you serving an honest business?" And it's like, "Come on, we're just punching our guests in the guts because they asked for it, literally asking
Seriously,
for it."
Like, fuck them. Like, nobody even wants them here.
Yeah.
Oh, I
egg
know.
on.
Tell me all about it. But anyways, I will get your drinks and everything in order. It'll be about half an hour, but just wanted to double check to make sure that you're not that you knew what you're getting yourself into.
Is Sam still
Um,
visible?
Sao is still just kind of is waiting at the bar and stuff, just kind of like waiting for the bartender to come back.
Cool. Can we see his hands?
Bartenders or
Yes.
Samo's? Samo's hands are on the table. It's like
Okay.
kind of tapping like that on the table, just kind of like doo, just kind of drumming
Okay.
happily. He's like, guards, and the bartender's like, "All right, Dragon Tail gut punch. I'd like to cut a your jib," and then walks back. And so about an hour later, like maybe like
We have to
15
wait an hour for food. Guys, we need to leave.
Not an hour later. Oh my lord. About like, a little while later, the food comes out, and when Tahir said everything, there are platters of food of everything on the table. There's the 2/4 salad for Isolde. There's the half salad with the half dressing, or half a half salad with the half dressing for Scam. And there's also a very, very brightly, almost fluorescently bright orange, red-ish steak on the table with a
Nice.
drink that is equally bright red. It smells very, very strong and cinnamony, and a very, very, very large orc woman walks up
Oh, no.
and just waits.
Hey,
Hey,
Oh no.
all right.
Oh my gosh. Like, I thought they were gonna send somebody strong over here, guys.
I know.
Like,
I know.
is it even Dragon Gut Punch if, like, they can't
Look-
even make you throw up? Like, I just don't think she can make you throw up.
Yeah, I'm gonna just kind of like look over it to here and be like, "Do you have any yogurt?
I'm eating. I'm not
Can I-
looking at anyone. I'm eating.
Can I have your yogurt?"
This orc lady is also like, just so you know, like 7 feet tall and is like freaking ripped as heck.
Yeah, this is a con.
It's
It's
nice to
okay.
be-
I have spare the dying.
Okay.
I just
Yeah,
like
let's-
don't even think it's fair to charge our really good friend Samo for all of this stuff if you're not even gonna get to throw up, and I just don't think she can do it.
No, it's fine, man. It's fine. It's fine. Don't push it. Just let me enjoy.
Like,
it.
I bet 20 gold she can't even make you throw up.
Let's not. Oh, I'm gonna go ahead and just start eating.
She just
Alright.
kind of like smiles at the orc lady in like a
She smiles back. with, like,
Karen Jr. kind of way, like,
Oh no.
I'm sorry. I would just want to make sure that, like, I don't know. Because
And
this
you
is like
see-
his favorite food, and it's actually his birthday. And we just want to make sure that
What?
he has a good time.
It's
I can punch it
Just gonna-
twice for. I can give him the triple threat for free.
Oh my gosh.
What?
Do you think that
It's
would
your
be enough,
birthday,
though?
right? I could give you the 1, 2, 3.
Do you think that would be
Mouth
enough
is
to
full.
make you throw up? Because it's really hard to make him throw up.
Mm. Tries to swallow what he's eating. I think I'm good. You're good, Scammering. It's fine. You're a
Okay,
good friend.
I just
You're
don't
okay.
think Samo should have to pay for all of this if they can't even make you throw up. I mean, I
Look,
just don't think it's
the
gonna
goal
happen.
is not to make me throw up. It's not. No, you're good. Just
well,
have
thank
your
good
have your-
because that's not what's gonna happen.
just have your sad salad, okay? Like it'll be fine. Do you want some of this? We
No,
we can share.
I'm like actually on a cleanse right now. Can I do a sleight of hand check to like be picking off of people's plates?
Oh, absolutely. You may sleight of hand as much as you want.
22.
22. If anyone wants to roll perception on just the food.
Just like a fry here, like
Gosh,
Sure,
there
sure.
will
a couple
be
pieces of
blood.
bacon there.
Okay, sure.
No,
Can I,
but I have a lot of food, so like I guess it wouldn't be that hard.
This happens every meal.
Yeah, just to hear like there's just so much food that like whatever Scammering is just picking off, like it's barely noticeable. It's like taking like pebbles of sand off a beach. It doesn't All right. Dorian, I think it's the unless someone else wants to say anything or say something about their meal. I believe Dorian, it is time.
How long have you worked here?
Oh no. Scammering.
Like the restaurant's pretty new, right?
Scammering.
About a year?
Oh my gosh. Well, like, has the restaurant been open just for that long? Like, is it pretty new? Is it a pop-up?
Because you just see like the ultimate customer service voice, like face just go on.
Oh
Says,
no.
It's been here for a while. It is our pleasure to serve the best, finest food everywhere here. Yes. You just see like the rigor mortis smile, just like, oh no.
Well, like, I was just wondering, like, I think we got off on the wrong foot. And I really appreciate that you're working so hard and doing your job. And I just think it's really admirable when people do their jobs. And she kind of like takes a straw and starts like messing with the straw and just like batting her eyelashes. So what's your name?
And she goes, name's Beria.
Oh my god, that's such a pretty name.
Thanks.
So like
Thanks.
do you have like you have like a half shift, or like when do you get off?
And she goes, well, technically here till sundown, unfortunately, but they
Oh
just
my
kind of have me.
gosh.
I know it's work.
Oh, that sucks.
Honestly, this is the nicest part of work, just doing my job with the gut punch. It's the best part of the job. It's a really a perk, honestly, that I never had other places. I used to work at the grocer down the block, and I didn't have that luxury.
Oh, that's really unfortunate, because a lot of people that go into grocery stores these days like really deserve to get punched.
Oh no, totally. But here, they're asking for it. I get paid for it. Honestly, the benefits here are pretty good.
Are you sure that punching is the best benefit?
It's the best benefit I've had so far.
That's so funny.
I know.
I don't guess would you want to I don't know. Do you have a break soon? Would you want to go somewhere?
Maybe.
I saw some cool food stands on the way here.
Oh?
Oh my gosh, that's
What were you
probably really
thinking?
dumb. You work in a restaurant.
Well, I mean, let me tell you a secret, hon. It's a lot of times some of these other places not very good food. Apparently, I heard that there's a place that leaves its barrels of fish outside, and who knows what the heck's going on there?
Oh my gosh, no, that happened to our friend though.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Like today. Oh my gosh.
Get out of here.
I can totally see why you guys are getting so much business if that's ridiculous.
I mean, some people are saying, ladies, oh man, they're just looting all the stores and everything like that, and they're stealing all the food. So why not leave the food outside? And then maybe when the place is burned down, there's still food. It just seems very ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, with fish, I guess there's the assumption that people aren't going to try to loot it, because if you leave fish sitting out.
Yeah, it's really weird. It's
so weird.
I guess they import it or whatnot, but it's odd. But
Dorian, if you're not inching out from under the table and crawling towards the door right now, you're an idiot.
Well,
Dorian.
That's over the table.
Objectively,
I mean, are you going for that?
I'm doing all I can.
Are you trying to let him know? Because if you're not trying to let him know, then
You have
he is
been
actually
viciously kicked
shrinking
off the ankle.
down. He is shrinking down in mortification if you're not letting him know.
Keep going, because you've been getting kicked a lot.
Oh God. I'll oh man, I'm not good at this stuff. I don't do those things. I'll pretend I have to go to the bathroom, I guess.
Oh, you're such a nerd.
You see Barry is like, you're not done with your menu item yet.
Oh yeah, let's just do that.
Well, since it's your birthday, did you want the triple threat?
No, birthday.
Yeah, Dorian, do you want it?
No.
Scan's done all she can. She's done.
he can't sneak. He doesn't snack.
He doesn't even try.
Well, he was going to the bathroom. Was trying. That was him trying.
Yeah, sure.
Well, given that it was the spiciest item on the menu, I am going to ask that you roll a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah, I was gonna say
it might be your gut might be busted from within. I don't know.
He's definitely crying.
For which reason?
17.
Voluntarily or involuntarily?
Okay, so I got a 17 con save.
All right. So that is enough to not vomit immediately, but you're feeling pretty nauseous right now. It is a lot of fire in the gut. A lot of fire.
Well, Barry can help you with that.
like, well, it's about that time.
So,
Just like cracks the knuckles.
right, yeah. All right, sure. Okay.
All right. Well, you're gonna have to stand up, and I'll let you tighten up your abs if you need to.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. And I'm gonna do that. And can I cast Shield of Faith on myself?
Yes, you may cast Shield of Faith on yourself. I don't know how much good that's gonna do you, considering that you're standing there getting punched in the gut.
I believe.
It's
I
a
believe.
+2
I
bonus to
believe.
AC.
All right, okay. All right, what's your AC right now?
14, so it would be 16.
A 16. Got it. All right, so you're not going for the triple threat.
Nope,
I will
just the one.
So you see Baria, she raises to her full height. She kind of straightens her back a bit, kind of rolls her shoulders a little bit more, right? Kind of does a bit of a hop, just kind of warms up a little bit.
Wait, if I'm
And-
standing there, I don't need an AC. Okay, anyways, yeah.
And well, let me roll her attack roll and see how much it hits you for.
Because I might just like try to trip or something.
Oh, you're tripping, all right.
If I could even just try to just like if the AC thing can just be me trying to at least move a little bit to deflect
Right.
it.
Yeah. No. It's gonna be versus your AC. Let's see how it goes. Let's see how she does. That's a 15. So you manage to, like, she goes in for the hook underneath the rib or something, almost like a liver shot. As that happens, you're kind of tensing up a little bit. There is a piece of fish that was on the floor, and she slips on it, and the fist that would have otherwise gone to your liver seems to just graze you right on the rib, and you do not vomit, and she does topple over.
Oh,
And
man.
with that, we will be calling it a 10-minute break. Perfect. Welcome back, everybody, to the second part of the first session of the Engines of Time, where our illustrious heroes have found themselves in a very fancy bar where one of them was going to get punched in the gut with the Dragon Tail gut punch, with a literal punch at the end. And the punch was lackluster, so to speak, as Baria, the big orcish woman who was very muscly and was supposed to be intimidating, decided to make a fool of herself by tripping on some fish that was on the floor. And she crashes to the ground, and it's very embarrassing for her. Dorian, as you see this giant lady literally fall over,
Oh,
How do you feel about that? How does Scammerd feel about that? How does Isolde feel about this? Was it lackluster or was it smackluster? Okay, I'm done. I'm done.
One would have thought that it was snack luster, but it was indeed
Yes.
not a smack luster thing, but really.
I
quite
changed my
lackluster.
mind about being here.
yeah.
I love you so much.
So Varia falls to the floor and is very unhappy about the turn of events and has no idea where the fish came from. And the whole bar kind of was staring as this was happening, you know, like, oh my god, like someone actually got the Dragon Tail gut punch. And was a little bit disappointed that there was neither much of a punch nor really that much vomiting. And you just sort of hear the collective, "Aww," and then just kind of the regular hustle and bustle of ordinary tavern eating and the like.
Well,
And
I get up and trip too because I feel a little bad for her.
do you trip next to Baria or do you trip on top of Baria?
No, just in front
we
of
could
her.
all we could all just kind of lie on the floor together.
All right. So, to hear you get up and you walk over, and
Oh no, I've slipped and I fell.
oh no, I slipped and fell. Thump.
Can't relate.
And you're on the ground now too. There is a smell of fish on the floor.
Aw. Look at us, just two fools who slipped and fell.
Barry's
Happens
just
to
like,
the best of us.
you know, that was the most disappointing Dragon Tail gut punch I'd ever given, and I feel really bad about that. What do I get paid for?
Oh, it's okay. I mean, we all make mistakes sometimes.
This is just the one thing I was going to be good at, and it just
Hey, you're still good at it. Just because you slipped up one time doesn't mean you're not good at it anymore.
And she's like, you know, you're right. You're right. You know, there's always next time. There's always next time. It's just, you know, these opportunities don't come very often.
I guess that's true. Hey, don't worry. I bet he's gonna order it again. Maybe not today.
Really good idea. We should come back tomorrow and we should order.
And
it
you know what?
again.
I
It can be
can
like a tradition.
yeah, like I can tell people around that like the gut punch is actually really, really good.
Yeah.
And it's really awesome. And I'll just like tell everybody how great it is, and then you'll get more and more people who come in wanting it.
And also us, because we're going to be repeat customers, especially Dorian.
Especially
I mean,
Dorian.
yeah. He squeaks as he says that.
It's a lot of fire there. Just gonna make that very clear. It's a lot of fire. And so Barry just kind of gets up, brushes herself off, and just kind of you see that her shoulders are a little bit slumped. She did not get to deliver the most exquisite of Dragon Tail gut punches, nor was she allowed to deliver the triple threat on the birthday boy. But she just set aside and is like, all right, well, you know, sorry. Next time I'll the next one will be on the house if that's all right with you.
See, tomorrow for sure.
All right, you know, you're not so bad. I like you. And she kind of walks away. Well, it seems dejected, but a little bit, you know, lighter spirits and the like. And Samo bounds up and he's like, "Oh my gosh, I didn't actually think you'd go through with the gut punch."
Oh, my brother
Well,
is very daring.
Oh my god, he is the most daring.
I said I was gonna do it.
Yeah, there's girls watching.
Oh, are there now?
There are?
Are there?
Really? Where?
Where?
Barry is a girl. She was watching to make sure you didn't leave.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. That's exactly how it goes. And Samo says, "Well, I've took care of your tab. Everything is all carried out. You don't have to pay a thing. I also decided that as a courtesy, I had a couple other things for you. One, I have procured rooms for the two of you, 2 rooms each. You'll have to decide who roommates are, and he just sort of fishes in his fishes in his pocket, right? a bag of fish, and another bag, and he puts it on the ground or on the table, and you hear some like a clinking noise as if something metallic is on the inside, and he says, "Now, something I didn't tell you before was that I am a purveyor of exotic goods. I've done a lot of traveling back in my life and the like, and pick up little knickknacks here and there. But I had a gift for you that I felt was right."
Is it fish?
Please
Well, this bag here is fish. It wasn't meant for you unless you want it.
I look at Isolde.
Yeah, she will snatch it. Not like rough or anything, and put it in her satchel without really even inspecting it.
Manners.
And
Isolde has none.
Oh no.
And Samuel's just like, fair enough. That's fine. But the other thing that I want to give you, and he takes the bag and kind of empties out the contents. And one of the and there are two items. One is a chain that seems to be attached to a bracelet, and there seems to be like a ring on it as well. And the rest of the chain dangles a long chain, at the end of which is a diamond-shaped emerald in place, and there's a faint glow to this particular chain. And the other is a small little cube made that seem to have intricate gears and inscriptions written on it. And as you look carefully, the gears are starting to turn in little by little by little, making a little tick, 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 tick sound as he goes. And he says, "I just want to let you know that these are some gifts that I want to leave with you. When you travel the way I have, you sometimes get an eye for which things are meant for which people. I don't necessarily know why. Sometimes people, I don't know, but I always feel like these items and knickknacks I pick up have a wish of their own, and I feel that they wish to be with you together. I don't know why, but it is one of those things that you get a feel for. These are for you."
Samo, I'm having trouble understanding why you're being so generous, actually.
Me? Generous?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, all we did was get you out of a barrel, and it kind of took us a couple times.
Yeah, like it wasn't like we had to set the barrel on fire or anything.
Well, I hope you didn't set the barrel on
Well,
fire.
Yeah, I
That would
mean,
have been
I wouldn't.
awful.
None of us would have done that.
Well, I
Not at
hope
all.
not.
Dorian would have.
No, yeah.
You
no,
would have?
definitely would have. No.
That would be
Absolutely.
so crazy to even consider.
Yeah, no, it's not even a thing.
No, we were gonna do that. Absolutely. I'm just wondering. I mean, you seem like a nice guy, so I didn't say anything at first, but this is a bit much.
Yeah, you're like so nice. Like you're really nice. Like you're so nice, Samo. You're so nice.
Well, I like people a lot.
But like, what are these things? Like, what are they for? What do they do?
Where'd you find them? Did you get them like in an antique store? Did you like?
Oh well,
I
I travel here and there. I've traveled a very long time, seen many things, talked with many people, and I just want to let you know that whatever interesting things I find, they're not illicit or anything. I'm not stealing these things if that's what you're asking.
Like, are they hot? Like, you would tell us if they were hot, right?
I wouldn't. What? And he seems genuinely confused by your terminology of hot. Are we talking like Skyrim?
Like, you know.
No, they're not hot. They're just things I have procured over a long life. When you get to a certain age, you realize you don't need things as much, and I think it's important for you to have them. I don't know exactly what they do, but I think you might be able to figure it out.
What makes you think that? We couldn't even figure out how to get you out of a barrel.
I mean, I did.
Did you like procure them from a giant clockwork monster, though?
Well, that's a very extravagant claim.
Well, it's a very extravagant little clockwork thing.
He just kind of picks it up and doesn't look like a monster to me, but it sets it back down on there and just says, well, you get a feel for certain things, right? You listen to things very closely. You hear things a little bit. And what I will say is that I will say this. If they weren't coming to you from me, they would have found these items will have found their way to you, regardless of whether I was the one involved. And then he smiles and he says, "But
Sorry.
I don't really know anything."
Do we know you?
I mean,
it's the first time we've met, and I seem to enjoy our company.
Like, maybe we could test it out. Like, maybe you could keep these, and like, if we're supposed to have them, they'll just find their way to us.
I mean, I'm gonna poke one. I'll examine one.
Sure.
Nobody else is. Like everyone's like worried about it, but I think my dude would be like, "Okay, I'm gonna take a look and see what these do, and just try to like twist them or, like a bop it."
Did you want to just take a look at it and see what? Did you want to take a look and see what it was, or like make it roll something, or figure out what it is?
Yeah, like I want to like, I guess. I don't know if an investigation would be good for this one. Like
investigation could work. Arcana would work as well. They would tell you different things.
Okay. I think they're both the same kind of thing. I think I would do Arcana because that would be like if there's something hidden in there, it would probably be magical.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna go ahead and roll if that's okay.
Sure, go ahead.
Natural one.
So when you said like a bop it, you were serious.
Like a bop it.
You're bopping the heck out of it. Yeah. Well, it doesn't see like I mean the glow is probably just a trick of the lighting, I suppose, Just a trick of the light, and clearly absolutely not at all magical in any way, shape, or form, as far as you're aware. I mean, you've studied this stuff, right?
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm magical, right? Yeah.
You're so magical. Absolutely magical. The most magical.
Yeah, no, this seems cool, guys. Like, I don't see anything wrong with it.
While he's doing that, I want to see, does he seem genuine to me?
Roll an insight check.
22.
when he was talking more seriously to you about these items and the fact that they were meant for you and would have found their way towards you, that was a lot more genuine than his jolly facade.
All right, I'm game. You've convinced me.
And he says, and there's also one more thing. And he reaches into his pocket and pulls out a little envelope. And he slides it right onto the table.
Don't touch it, you guys. Don't touch it. Don't touch it.
And he says, this is also a message for you from a friend of mine that I met in my travels. This is all her idea, really. I don't really know much else. If that's the case, though, I believe I have paid off my debts.
Well, I really don't think they should have charged you if she couldn't even make him throw up, but...
No, don't worry about it. It's all about the experience, really, the anticipation, right?
Yeah, no, I definitely anticipated that.
Right. And, that's part of it.
I'm kind of lean in and whisper to Scammering, do you think we just got tricked?
Oh, yeah, guys, don't touch it. Mm-mm.
And he says, well, these are meant for you. I am going to take my leave then, but it is all for you, and I hope we meet again in happier circumstances. And with that, just poof, he's gone.
If he could do that, why didn't he poof out of the barrel?
Yeah, I think really maybe he wasn't so in that barrel for real. Like I don't think he was actually in trouble.
Yeah, you guys got conned so hard.
You guys, you're part of this group.
No, I knew the whole time.
Oh.
I knew everything. I knew his entire master plan from the beginning.
So then what's in there? And I'm gonna reach for the...
No, don't touch it. Like, do we have gloves?
I'm gonna touch it.
It's got anthrax in it, but okay.
All right, Tahir, so you touch the envelope.
Yeah. And then nothing, I'm gonna open it. Nothing happens.
Yeah, nothing happens. It's an envelope. You open it, and there's just a letter on the inside.
Okay, I take the letter out.
You get anthrax! No.
Oh,
no! I warned y'all.
No anthrax in this letter.
Great.
So you take a look at this letter, and you notice that for some reason, you're looking at it, but Tahir, as you're looking and trying to look at this letter, for some reason, it seems like the letters are shifting, and it just seems like it doesn't seem to make sense to you. What like it's like the letters are there, and it just seems to be like fading in and out into this weird pattern. But otherwise, like other than the fact that like it's illegible because of this visual effect, it doesn't seem as though there's anything horrifically anthraxy about this particular letter, other than just the fact that it's very difficult to read, if you can even say it's readable at all.
I can't read this.
Okay, let me look.
Okay, Here you go. I flip it over.
All right, and so who's reading it right now?
I am.
All right, Dorian, you're reading it, and it just seems to be, again, the same sort of effect as well. But for whatever reason, you're noticing some parts of it are like shifting less than others. Like the parts that are written that have like black ink on it seem to be steady for you. But other parts, like the spaces in between the letters, seem to be shifting around and kind of like obscuring a couple things here and there as well, interestingly enough.
Is it like, but it was definitely written on an ink?
It was written on ink, and like but it just seems like, some of the parts of the ink are steady for you, and then like other parts of ink seem to just sort of like flicker in and out with like flashes of white light.
Okay. Now I might know what this is, but I don't know if he would. Should I try to determine if this is like an illusion of some sort?
If you have knowledge arcana, that would be great.
Oh, it's not ticked.
What's not what?
It's not like a preferred. I can't. My brain's not.
You don't have it as a skill, or as
it's
a
not one of my
proficiency?
skills. No, for some reason.
Does our wizard have proficiency?
I should. Let me see here. Yeah.
Can you make sense of this, Isolde?
Yeah. Isolde would have been just going to town on the food that she ordered. Like
Isolde, the only one in the group with priorities.
Like,
Can you
see, highest intelligence,
clearly
greatest priorities, the food is what matters.
Yeah, intelligence comes in different forms.
Absolutely.
Totally.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so she would have been going to town on it, like No Face in Spirited Away, and then they passed this letter. It was a letter over to her, and she'll take a look at it.
All right, so you see the same sort of effect as well, but you feel like you should be able to take a look and like decipher it and make it not as freaking weird as all this.
Yeah.
So that would require a knowledge arcana check. And because you are able to, you have proficiency in Arcana, you also have advantage on this check as well.
Nice. Okay. Not 26.
Ooh, nice.
You invented it.
Oh my goodness. As you are looking at this letter and you're kind of focusing, you're noticing certain parts of the letters and the like are shifting into place, and the letters seem to resolve themselves. And it is a message with your name and everyone else you're with. And as the letters are shifting, there's a single sentence that says, "Touch hands with Dorian."
It's Voldemort.
Could I tell if it's only legible to me at this point? Like, if I showed it to everyone else, would they be able to see it, or have the letters rearranged permanently?
The letters seem to have rearranged permanently. It's almost as if, like, once you open the doors, the letters became visible.
Sure.
Is it like Hangman, where you can only use a letter once?
Maybe.
She'll toss it back onto the table that everyone else is sitting at.
Oh.
Says, hold hands with Dorian.
Should we all hold hands, or just me and you?
It's a good question.
It had everyone's name, right?
It says, well, it's addressed to everyone, but it seems as though the message of touch hands to Dorian was addressed to Isolde, but it says, like, message to, and then to hear Dorian, Scammer, and Isolde.
Okay.
Well, he's only got 2 hands. I'll sit this one out.
Yeah. Here.
So
Hold out
does
your
it?
hands.
Does it say someone else for each person as they read it?
It says, so, well, who wants to read it next?
Scammer hasn't read it yet.
I'm actually okay.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm very sure that I'm okay.
But what if it's really important and it's, like about your folks or something?
If it was really important, or if it was about my folks or something, it would definitely have had a different seal.
So, as it says, so Isolde, you're reading it as saying, touch hands with Dorian. Everyone else is reading touch hands with Isolde.
Can't even make up its mind.
only have 2 hands.
Right?
Or we can all hold out our hand and then like put hands on top of each other, kind of like, you know, huddle.
Up to you guys.
We don't even have a baseball bat or anything. Like, I just don't know how that would work.
Baseball bat.
Well,
maybe you hold Dorian's hand and we'll all hold your hand.
Isolde will extend her hand toward Dorian.
Yeah, right. I'll take
Dorian,
it.
do you touch hands?
Yep, totally.
I want you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Hey!
Indication!
Is it because there's fish all over her claws too?
You never know. 10.
So you feel a very sharp, pinpoint, burning, hot pain in your hand. And you'll notice that your star sign is on the palm of your hand with a very pinpoint glow where the stars are. And it burns a bit. And with the 10, it takes you aback. You're kind of staggered for a bit. It's like, oh my god, it's like just almost like poking red hot iron slivers into your skin, but the pain is momentary. And you notice these pinpoints of light on your hand in your star sign.
Oh, all right. Hey, twinsies.
Sorry.
It's okay. I mean, it's cool. I don't know what it's for. Hey, Scammon, you wanted this done. You should do it.
That doesn't look sanitary. There was fish all over the table.
I want a Hydra tattoo. I'm gonna put my hand on top of Isolde's.
All right. As you do so, I would also like you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh boy. A natural 20.
You feel the burning, you feel like the pinpricks, but it doesn't seem to hurt that much. Boom. On your hand, too.
That wasn't so bad.
And you're feeling like, it feels kind of interesting, actually.
Scammon, you should get in on this.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt at all.
It really doesn't. I don't know why Dorian's
I'm sure it
crying.
doesn't. Dorian's just a wimp. I know that. We all know.
Oh.
I just like.
He didn't mean it.
Group tattoos are cool. I like. Samo is not quite right, and I can't put my finger on it. But like, I don't enjoy being taken for a ride, and I just don't feel like we have a lot of information. Like, I don't know. Fine.
I will wipe hand for you. And then Isolde pulls like a disgusting rag out of her satchel and wipes her hand. Not like horrible, probably not as bad as the hand, but
is there like
not like
are there
super
any
clean.
like little slices of lemon on the plates that they just demolish?
Oh, probably somewhere.
Garnish.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, she like dumps her water skin on her hands and she like squeezes the lemon on them and she like kind of
it's all nice and clean.
Yeah, and like acidic.
Fresh. Absolutely.
Fine, but like if something crazy happens, like I don't know, we get like sucked into another dimension or trapped on the bottom of the ocean or something, it's you guys.
Super fun.
Yeah, never been in the ocean.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you touch hands?
Well, she looks at the letter first. Like, what is the letter saying?
The letter says, touch hands with, and it lists Dorian, Isolde, Tahir.
Okay, I've only got 2 hands. Like, the instructions are really vague.
Maybe it means one of us?
Like I have a choice?
Or one at a time.
You might have a choice. Or you could just like slap everybody. Up to you, man. This is D&D. You do whatever you want to do.
She sets the letter down on purpose in a greasy spot on the table. And she puts her hands like with everybody else's.
All right. Roll a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A couple natural 20s just came up, so I know I'm gonna like crit fail this.
Oh, it'll be fine.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
It's great.
Yeah, we're buddies.
9.
So This hurts a lot.
Yeah.
Like, it hurts a lot. Like, it feels like someone's stabbing you in the hand with a red hot knife.
She's straight-faced.
And
she's a liar. She's a liar.
Roll a deception check for me.
Gladly. 19.
Nice.
Butter wouldn't melt.
Anyone else who wants to see if she's, affected at all can roll an insight if they would like to. But
24.
I believe her.
Yeah, Isolde believes her too.
I don't know why I surround myself with such toxic people. It's just like
I don't.
It's just like a curse.
And with that, your hand too, Scammering also starts glowing with the pinpoint tattoo on your hand as well, and suddenly all your hands glow on those points, and then it fades very slowly. Still there, but it's not nearly as pinpoint bright as it was when it initially ended up on your skin. And the contents of the letter shift, and it simply says, "The winds of destiny and fate have aligned in such a way to bring you here at this critical juncture in time. I am sorry. You did not have a choice. You will not have a choice. But your actions here will dictate the next era of the world." And this is as the letters, shift and move around. And then the letters seem to erase themselves. And then it starts up again. And the letter says, "There is a grand artifact hidden near here. It is a powerful thing that is being sought by dangerous people. Be careful, because they will look for you and they will find you. And if you let this fall into those people's hands, everyone dies." And then the letters vanish again. And then it says, "Minor problem. Very minor problem." And it disappears. And then it says, "Beware the seekers of death, who see only the flowers of the fields. They will try to convince you their way is the only way. They are in the city of Kurama. And I pray you survive, for we will meet and we will talk about what your next steps will be. But the next thing you must do is survive when you leave this bar."
What?
And then it deletes. As it happens, the little bronze cube on the desk, the ticking gets louder. Clack, 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 clack. And the chain, the glow gets a little bit brighter, and you'll notice the gem is starting to point, like just kind of inch a little bit, pointing more towards the direction of the cube itself.
That a thing? We should...
Well, I think we've landed ourselves in something here.
Yep.
I don't want to say I told you guys so, but there's no such thing as a free meal.
Maybe it'll be fun.
You think?
Yeah, what's up with that? That thing that's happening over there?
I don't know, man. I thought it wasn't magical. It didn't seem magical when I looked at it. I guess it is.
Just leave it. It's just vibing.
It's like, should we leave it? What if it's dangerous?
What can possibly happen?
What if I put it in my bag?
You can put it in your bag.
Do you like your bag?
Like, does it look like it's gonna explode or something?
No, it's just like ticking louder, and the gears on it are turning more noticeably. But yeah, no, it just seems like it's just like the volume got turned up, but nothing in particular. It like seems to indicate that it will explode. It's not like glowing with heat or anything. It's not burning a hole through the table or anything like that.
I mean, that's how people are gonna find us. That thing is loud.
Okay. So I'm gonna take my my jacket off, and I'm gonna wrap it up in the jacket, and then shove it all into my bag to muffle it.
So the ticking goes, and it just sort of, it's muffled. It's not nearly as loud. And what you'll notice is that the chain, like the little emerald on diamond, like the pointy emerald at the end of the chain, seems to point directly towards that particular bronze cube of gears.
Oh, should I put the chain on the gears, guys? On the cube?
They seem to be friends.
Okay, I'll make them be friends. I'll put the chain on the cube before I stuff it away. Like, I'll just kind of like move my jacket a little bit and put the chain in the cube. See if I can connect them.
So what you'll notice is that you take the cube back out and you see the chain. It's like kind of like as if it's like attracted like by like a magnet of sorts. It just kind of goes clink, and it just seems to be kind of like stuck in that particular position, like it's magnetic. But it's not like no explosion. But the glow is a lot brighter the moment it kind of gets in touch with that.
Oh.
And it just sort of seems to indicate that like it seems like the chain is just sort of like pointing towards the cube. And that just seems to be it, and then glowing brighter the closer it gets to it.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll just put them both together and shove them in my jacket and put it in my bag unless anyone says otherwise.
Are we just doing this like in the middle of the tavern with everyone?
Should we go somewhere else? We can go somewhere else. This is why you shouldn't leave me in charge.
Samo said we have a room. Why don't we go there?
Okay.
As we pass the door, is there anyone kind of like lurking in the street? Like, do we see anybody like chilling outside?
The letter did say survive when we leave.
Like we could be being watched right now.
Yeah.
As you pass through the door, I would like you, since you're going to be looking for something in particular, I will require a perception check or an investigation.
21 perception.
21 perception. You are looking outside and you see some people, like a crowd milling about, and ordinarily you wouldn't really think too much about it. However, you also notice a particular individual with white and gold robes preaching across the street, and out of the glimmer of your eye, you notice that this individual, like you see, like the person's raising their hand and they're talking. You see a bracelet that looks very suspiciously similar with a chain wrapped around the wrist very tightly as if to kind of secure it, and a small sapphire pendant at the end. And as this person's hand is moving and they're emoting and the like, that sapphire pendant seems to be pointed directly at you. And this individual is preaching about peace and salvation and all this, pseudo-spiritual new age woo-woo stuff. And there's a crowd gathering around this particular individual. But other than that, other people are shopping. Some people stop by and listen to this person preach on the streets. Others are, kind of giving them the stink eye. and you'd think that you heard some other footsteps going in ways that seem against the crowd, but you can't really tell much more than that. But there is a sapphire pointing directly at you guys as you pass the door.
I don't know if it would require a different perception check. Like, what does the interior layout of this place look like? Are there like stairs to a root cellar? Are there like, is the kitchen in the back? Is it like to one of the sides?
So in the front area, like the dining area, it looks like a somewhat spacious tavern area. There's tables, there's the bar in the back. There is a door leading to the kitchens in the back area and like the storages and stuff. Presumably there's probably a cellar in the basement as well. The second floor of this particular establishment is where rooms would be, like the second, maybe and third floors have fairly spacious rooms, and there is one stairwell in the back, and another another towards like the side, kind of like a fire escape of sorts, I guess. But primarily there are two ways going up to like the rooms with the lodgings on them. So you guys go up to your rooms. Do you guys go out into the streets?
What's the play, guys?
Well, I mean, if we leave the inn, we'll die, right?
If we leave the inn smartly, we could not die. We just need to figure out how to do it.
Maybe we shouldn't leave all that guys out there.
I just feel like if we take too long, they may come in after us.
Yeah, let's see if we can go out the back, maybe.
Okay.
Every place has a back, so.
Where's Beria?
Beria is, the last you saw her was she was walking dejectedly towards like the back of towards the kitchens, presumably, but after the door closed behind her, you wouldn't really know at the moment.
Okay, she's not like visible. Okay.
No.
Okay.
It seemed like she brought her out specifically to deliver the Dragon Tail gut punch, and after the lackluster, not smackluster Dragon Tail gut punch, they're just like, oh, gotta go back to work, back to the,
the grind.
Yeah, back to the grind. You had your fun. That was your lunch break.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. If you guys wanted to, well, maybe one of us could go and talk to somebody about the meal or something, and the rest of us could see what the exit options are from upstairs. However we want to do that.
Who's good at talking among us?
Who's good at climbing up fireplaces? Show of hands.
No.
Well, not with that attitude.
You can do anything you want. Don't let me stop you.
That's such a great attitude, too.
Yeah, absolutely.
If we just put our minds to it.
If we if we act natural, no one's going to notice. Let's just
Can we act natural?
Yeah. I mean, we're all natural, right?
No, natural.
Some of us. Maybe.
Organic.
Yeah, we're good.
Isolde, what do you think?
I do not know. We leave, we die. We go to back. We maybe die.
I guess that's a good way to put it.
So we should go to the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go out the back way.
All right. Are you guys trying to be sneaky about this, or are you just gonna just stroll to the back and be like, yeah, everything's great?
I'm gonna try to.
Is the owner there manning the bar or whatever?
Yeah, I mean, he's tending the bars. He's mixing some drinks. He seems to be doing a couple of those cocktail bottle flips or whatever.
Okay.
It's actually kind of impressive now that I think about it. He's just doing some of that. It's a nice show. But otherwise, he seems to be busy with work.
Can't relate.
Well, I will still go bother him. Hey, that's impressive. The flipping and stuff.
I see your friend there had a bit of a non-smack luster dragon tail gut punch. I am sorry about that.
Oh, it's okay. Dorian will be buying again.
Oh, that exciting. Twice.
Yeah,
very exceptional individual who would go for that twice. Not my thing personally, but
he is quite exceptional. I agree. Aww. But yeah, about that. So Dorian's got a bit of a problem, and we were wanting to help him out. See,
did it not agree with his stomach?
Well, definitely that. And the thing about that is his ex is outside the front door, and he doesn't want to be like gassy and sweaty in front of them. So could we go out the back and avoid that embarrassment?
Is that a poop joke you're making?
No, I'm being very serious.
Well,
though that would be very funny.
Hey,
gosh, you're gassy.
And the bartender just kind of furrows his eyebrows and he just says,
"Well, the back area is really only for the workers. They were trying to keep it clean. I'll see what I can do. Is it just the one trying to get out the back?"
Well,
yeah, go ahead.
Well, they're like, moral support. Scammerd's really good at holding my hair,
and if we don't all go with him.
Exactly. As you can see, Tahir is delusional and really needs some supervision. But also, like, if Theria was back there, I thought I might say hey.
You realize she's still working, right?
Yeah, don't harass her.
I'm not going to harass her. I just thought, like, as we were leaving, I might be like, hey, and here's where you can find us. And then it's like, hey, balls in her court.
I mean, you do have rooms upstairs.
It's just like touching base.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll get someone to escort you and your entourage out the back, and I'll let Barrier know that someone wants to say hi.
Thank you. You guys are
you're
so
the best.
Sweet.
I do pride myself on good service.
It's so important.
Yeah.
I'm gonna write a great fantasy Yelp review.
Tell all my friends.
Very well.
So he basically kind of motions for you to take a seat, and then maybe about a minute later, you see one of the other employees kind of come up and kind of be like, "Follow me, please, if you'd like." And he basically kind of motions for you to follow. I'm assuming you follow.
Yep.
Okay. So he takes you to one of the stairways leading up to the rooms, and in that area, there's like a back service exit, kind of out of the way of the people who are in the main eating area. And he just says, "Your rooms are there and there." I kind of said and points to those two, but I was told you need to go out to the back, so we're going to be taking the service exits. Let's just be discreet about it. And you kind of go down one of the other service stairways that you didn't see from the dining area. You go down. Baria is there, kind of lifting boxes and moving them around and everything. She kind of gives Cameron a look.
Just wave.
She kind of waves awkwardly back, and then just sort of sighs as if she's reminded of the fact that the gut punch was just not that punchy at all. It seems to be really weighing down on her. And says, "All right, back is this way. I don't think I see anybody, so you should be good to go, I think." what does your ex look like? Like, if you don't mind me, so I know what to look for from just.
Oh, I'm gonna describe my actual ex, who was a ill-fated teenage romance with a goblin girl, and absolutely knockout beautiful, but but secretly on the inside there's she's just cold and callous and doesn't like my hobbies, and thinks that I don't have like actual ambitions or goals or anything. So if she's just dragging somebody, then that's probably her.
I was like, sounds like a mess there. Sounds like a mess. Anyways, now that I know what to look for, cute, beautiful goblin girl. Let me just go outside. I'll just check to make sure everything's on the down low, right? And we'll be good to go. All right. Just wait here for me. I'll be right back. I'm just gonna go walk, take a look, and come back in. All right. We're good. We good?
Sure. Yeah.
All right. So as he kind of like takes a look, the door closes, and a while does pass.
Oh no, he's dead.
But there's no one coming back.
Oh, well.
Your ex got her. Oh wait, that was a lie I made up.
Yeah. And I'm not actually still upset about her. That was years ago. That's not. Yeah.
Sure you are, sweetie. I think we got her killed. I feel really terrible.
We should go and make sure she's okay.
No, we should go out a different door.
Yeah, we should definitely. But what if she's dead? I do feel kind of bad.
Like, you've spared the dying, maybe.
Yeah, I could help her.
Yeah, I feel really bad if she's hurt out there.
Okay. I want to use the cloak of many fashions to change into like something that looks like the white and gold robes that the person across the street was wearing.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Good.
You guys are going to continue to implicitly agree with everything I say to strangers, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, cool.
So you guys walk out the back?
Yeah, I guess so.
Why
Maybe
not?
a little stealthily?
Sure, roll for stealth.
Sneaky.
Oh god, are we all stealthing?
Here, I'll
help
you, babies. It's a 15. That wasn't great.
No, that's a 12.
15.
Okay, let me see what my stealth looks like.
It looks like when you're walking really quietly.
No!
Jesus. He is the baby brother. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Duality.
Isolde, you are like a shadow in a shadow. There is nothing there. My goodness.
Isolde is MVP.
Oh god, Isolde disappeared for real.
Oh, she also has she has like a garb like Scaramans too, where it changes, but I think it's between like 5 different ones. I'll say one of them is like a stealth option. So she probably
sure. Totally. Oh boy, that nat 1. So Dorian.
Yep.
As you're walking outside, you see that Scammern has these very similar white and gold robes, and you see what's on the ground was the employee that you see standing over this unconscious employee. This isn't Barry, by the way. Barry is still inside, but the unconscious employee just face first into the ground, and standing over this unconscious body is a person wearing white and gold robes with a hood, and says, I wouldn't worry about this individual. They have gone to the Meadow of Peace. Would you like to join? And he walks towards you. And that is where we're going to end the session.
Oh, that's great.
No.
Excellent.
So that is the first session of the Engines of Time.
Oh my god.
Everyone, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the stream, and we'll see you next time.